And good evening, everyone. Welcome to MHS Rewind YouTube Live. WREP 15 Sports. Eric Burns here giving you the call on the big rivalry game as we get a shot here of your Martinsville Artesians hitting the field on senior night. Seniors were represented and honored before the game. We'll actually have the highlights of all the senior activities during our halftime show here. But all the seniors, cheerleaders, team managers, and football players were honored. Last home game here of Siderwoods Field. It's the Martinsville Artesians taking on the Mooresville Pioneers. Artesians come into tonight's game 3-4, 1-4 in the Mid-State Conference. Last week they had a thriller of a game at Perry Meridian High School. They won that game 37-36, and that was a walk-off win for the Artesians thanks to a field goal by the Artesian kicker, Jackson Fry, who knocked that through for a 20-yard field goal. And the Artesians were able to win that game, final score of 37-36. Mooresville Pioneers, they come into tonight's game 5-2 overall record, 3-2 in the conference. They have lost two of their last three, but they have been to tough opponents. They lost a couple weeks ago to Decatur Central, and then last week they fell to Whiteland at home 13-17. So that was a tight game for the Pioneers, losing to Coach Fisher and the Warriors. So both teams that Mooresville has lost to in these last three games been kind of tough. But this is a big rivalry game. There is a trophy to play for. It is the Battle of the M Trophy. This trophy was started in 2012, so this is the 8th meeting between Martinsville and Mooresville for this trophy. Martinsville leads the series 5-2, but Mooresville has the trophy right now after last year's win, with a score of 24-21. Now that game much different than this game. This game, we've got a sparse crowd. Now, most of that is because of just the weather. It's cold, it's blustery, it's windy. It's probably about in the 40s right now, but it feels colder than that with a kind of a light rain, a mist coming down, and the wind whipping around here at Siderwoods Field. But last year, it was against Martinsville, Mooresville, two teams that were 6-1. The Mid-State Conference title was on the line. Winner of that game was more than likely going to get at least a share of that conference title. There was estimated over 5,000 people in attendance. Mooresville had to bring in extra bleachers and seating for all the extra spectators for that game. And Mooresville was able to win it on a last-second 40-plus yard field goal for the win. So that was last year's game. We'll see what this year's game has in store. We're about 2 minutes away from kickoff. Martinsville Artesians led by head coach Carter Whitson. Mooresville Pioneers, they are led by legendary coach Mike Gillen. He comes in tonight's game with 324 total wins as a head coach. That is 5th all-time and the 3rd most, again, with all active coaches. So Mike Gillen, 5th all-time in wins for a head coach, and he is the 3rd highest among active coaches with 324 wins. So once again, Coach Carter Whitson is facing off a veteran coach across the sideline with the Mooresville Pioneers. We're going to pause just a short moment for the playing of our national anthem. that was the Martinsville Marching Artesians with the playing of the national anthem. Fireworks going off in the background as we are about ready to kick this game off. Like I said earlier, this crowd not the best, but obviously a lot of that has to do with this weather. So we hope if you're not here at Ciderwoods Field, you're watching us live through the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. I'd like to thank our crew ahead of time for battling the elements, being outdoors, and this is not a fun football weather to be in. Like I said, it's probably right now in the upper 40s, maybe low 50s, but the wind is blowing across the field, and it's damp and wet. I don't think we've got rain coming down right now, but if we do have rain, it's a light rain, but it's pretty much rain most of the day here in Martinsville. And we'll see how this weather affects either team. Mooresville, more of a balanced football team, running the football, passing the football. As Artesian fans know, Martinsville likes to air it out. So we will see how the weather affects this game and the coaches' gameplay calling. As Artesians will kick it off to Mooresville to start this game. Artesians, the last couple games, have gone the onside kick route. And they fake one side and they go to the other, do not quite get the bounce they want. It does come loose, though, but Mooresville, I think, was able to jump on it. Artesians had a chance at it, kind of took a late bounce and went off a Mooresville player, and there were a couple Artesian players right there to jump on it, but they just couldn't get on top of the football. What a game changer that would have been. Artesians, that's something they've done the last few games. They haven't bothered to try to kick it deep. They've tried the onside kick, and that's probably not the last onside kick you will see. So Mooresville will start. They are led by quarterback number 10, Kalijah Perry. Artesians jump, but get back in time. No flag. They're going to hand it off, number 45. And he's got some room, but the ball comes loose, and the Artesians are going to jump on it. They get the turnover. And that was Brecken Green, the leading ball carrier for the Mooresville Pioneers, who coughed it up, took a shot, and the Artesians were able to jump on it, so they get the early turnover. And that is something that Coach Whitson talks about, is winning the turnover battle. Brecken Green was able to go about 8 yards. Looked like he was going to have a big game, but the ball came loose. And now the Artesian offense will get to take over after the turnover. So just like that, we're only 13 seconds into this game and already big changing moment. Tyler Cox will take it for about 2 yards. So your starting quarterback will be Xavier Tinnitus. Xavier missed last week's game against Perry Meridian. Tyrus Martin, the junior, filled in very well for him, but Xavier Tinnitus was injured in the second half of the Whiteland game, missed last week's game, but he is back out there, so we will see how he does. Tyler Cox missed some time during the Whiteland game, but he was out there last week for Perry Meridian. So on the offensive side, Artesians injury-wise doing okay. A little swing pass to Tyler Cox, who cuts back inside, crosses the 45. Gets about 3 yards there. So I bring up 3rd and about 6 coming up for Martinsville. Ball's at about the 47-yard line of the Artesians. Xavier, he's going to fake the pass. It's a draw play, and Tyler Cox goes forward near midfield, maybe gets a yard. So let's bring up 4th down. Artesians, though, more than likely going to go for it. Coach Whitson pretty aggressive when it comes to 4th down play calling, and 4th and about 5. The Artesians look to be going for it. Matt Thomas, number 81, is the normal punter, but he's on the near side here. So it looks like the Artesians are gonna try to get it. 4th and 5 situation, 11 on the play clock, so Xavier is getting the play call from the sideline. Back in motion, Craig Wesner. There's a Mooresville player who jumped, and a flag is thrown. Defensive end for Mooresville, number 92, Tommy O'Connor is the one that jumped there, and that should be enough for a first down. And it is. So Artesians get the first down on the penalty against the Pioneers. So 2 mistakes here for Mooresville. Pretty costly. The fumble that Artesians were able to recover, and then the offsides penalty on 4th down. So now first down for Martinsville. They're in Mooresville territory now. Gives it to Tyler. Tyler Cox up the middle. He's got some running room now across the 30. An 18-yard carry there for Tyler Cox. And another first down for Martinsville. Low snap, but taken by Xavier Tonitis. Xavier gives it to Tyler Cox. He has been busy in this first drive. And it's another completion and going to be about an 8-yard pickup there for Tyler Cox on the pass. Here's the run by Tyler Cox. You see, just up the middle, makes a couple miss, and then finally gets tackled from behind. So a nice strong run by him, best run of the night. So 2nd and short coming up for Martinsville. All this set up after a turnover caused by the Artesians. Tyler Cox has it again, makes some men miss and gets it across the 15-yard line. So about a 6-yard carry there. Fresh set of downs. Artesians go quick. Little toss play. Good job by Tyler to corral that. Was tossed behind him a little bit. Was able to catch it and get about a 4-yard pickup there. Make it about a 3-yard pickup. 2nd down for Artesians. Moving quick. Fakes the toss this time. Looking for Craig Wesner. No one there and just throws it away. Kind of a dangerous place to throw it away. Usually you look for the sideline there, but kind of threw it in the middle of the field. I didn't really see much of an Artesian player, but a lot of Mooresville players around that play, but ball safely hits the ground. You have to wonder, you haven't really seen Xavier Tonitis air it out that much, so I don't know if it's due to the injury or just the play call, the weather. It could be a lot of things, but we have not really seen Xavier Tonitis throw it deep. A few little checkdowns to Tyler Cox, but that's about it. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that here as the game progresses. 8:20 left to go, 3rd and 8. Xavier looking, he's going to pass it, and he's got a man, and it's caught, touchdown! And I think that was Andy Myers, number 31, and it was. An 11-yard strike to Andy Myers for the touchdown. And here is the replay here. You see the play call getting from the sideline. Little slant there. Andy Myers connects, and we'll get back. The extra point is good. So that's a 7-0 score. Jackson Fry, the kicker, he's the one who hit the game-winning field goal last week against Perry Meridian. He continues his hot streak. He did not miss an extra point and then hit the game winner. Continues tonight with a extra point that goes through the uprights. And just like that, the Artesians have a 7-0 lead. Martinsville, they tried an onside kick to start, didn't get it, came close. But then the first play of scrimmage for the Pioneers, the running back, number 45, Brecken Green, fumbled it after about an 8 or 9 yard pickup. Artesians jumped on it and then marched downfield. And then the touchdown, the 11-yard touchdown reception, Andy Myers from Xavier Tonitis. Here's another look at it again. Andy Myers just heads right to the goalpost, catches it, and that is touchdown reception number 12 for Andy Myers. And I've mentioned this in a few broadcasts. He is creeping ever so closely to the record held here at Martinsville High School. Jimmy Oakley in 1986. Going to try another onside kick here. Martinsville has a chance to get it, and they do! Martinsville gets the onside kick, recovered by Craig Wesner. And this first quarter is going perfectly for the Artesians. What a start for Martinsville. And that ball just kind of dribbled, and there were 2 or 3 Martinsville players just following that football. Can't obviously touch it till it hits 10 yards. Here's another shot at it. You see all the red jerseys around the football, and it's Craig Wesner who comes up with it. Like I was saying, Andy Myers with 12 touchdowns. He's trying to catch Jimmy Oakley, who back in 1986 had 16 touchdowns in one season. And Andy Myers just got number 12. And he's got at least 2 more games left. 1 regular season game at Plainfield next week, and then the sectional game. Tyler Cox trying to find some room. That time, though, he is tackled from behind. Number 92, Tommy O'Connor, the defensive end, wraps him up. Tyler Cox only a yard there. That's his 6th carry. So Tyler Cox really being utilized here in this first quarter. Davidson-itis rolls to his right, looking downfield, can't find anybody, so it just throws it out of bounds. So smart play there by Davidson-itis. He's trying to get to, I think it was on the far side, might have been Billy Bias, who he was actually looking at, number 11, streaking down the far sideline, but could not find him. Well covered by Mooresville. So we've got a 3rd and long situation coming up for the Artesians. This was after they recovered that onside kick. Xavier back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws it. Finds Matt Thomas. He's going to have to make a man miss and can't. So the completion is made, but no gain. Matt Thomas comes off the field limping a little bit. That's not good. That's your number 2 receiver as far as receiving yards go. So they're going to go for it again. Davidson-itis went for it on 4th down in that first drive and was able to get it via a offsides penalty on Mooresville. They jumped, but this time that's not going to do it. You're 4th and 9. And your main punter, Matt Thomas, came off the field with an injury. So we'll see what Coach Whitson does here. And they may just take the delay a game or the timeout. We will see. They're just going to take the delay a game. So hopefully Matt Thomas is all right because he has punted very well since he took over the punting duties. So unfortunately the Artesians don't look like they can take advantage of the onside kick that they recovered. 3 and out for the Artesians on that series. Matt Thomas is back there to punt this away. He came off limping a little bit, was able to punt it off. It's a high punt for sure. It's going to go out of bounds. We'll see where the official marks it. We're going to mark it. Now he's coming back. Official's still walking this off, I think. About a 32-yard line is where I think they're going to mark this football, so that's where Mooresville will take over. Now, the offense hasn't really been on the field much. They ran 1 play, and it resulted in a fumble, but the run by number 45, Brecken Green, was a long run, about an 8 or 9 yard carry on his first carry, but he fumbled it, and Mooresville offense hasn't been out on the field yet. Artesians with a 7-0 lead. Brecken Green again. It's bottled up, though. Nice job of the Artesian defense. Nigel Bryant in there on that tackle. About a 4-yard run there for Brecken Green. Brecken Green comes in 775 yards on the ground, 11 touchdowns. So a very capable runner had that first mistake. Going to try to make up for it for the Pioneers. Artesian's going to try to get another stop. Green trying to find room on the left side, but he is going to go nowhere. Maybe goes backwards for a loss. Actually, they're going to give him 1 yard. Not much room there for the running back. So 3rd and 4 coming up. Artesians with a chance to force a 4th down. Gonna hand it off to Brecken Green, and he's going to be stopped. He's not going to get the first down. He's going to get only a yard there. They're going to try to hurry to the line. Artesian's got to be disciplined here. They're going to try to make him jump. They're going to just sneak it, and their pile moves forward. Now, how? I think he got it. I think the quarterback, Kalijah Perry, was able to get just enough. I think he got 4 yards on that push. Give it to Green again, and he gets tackled by Andy Myers, but not before he can get about an 8-yard pickup there. So Artesians had a chance to stop him. 4th down, but Kalijah Perry, quarterback sneak, got the just enough yards to keep this drive rolling. Give it to him again, and he gets another first down. Nine-yard carry there and a first down for Mooresville. So Mooresville has it, hands it off again, gets across to the 35. But a 7-yard run there by Brecken Green. 2nd and 3 coming up for Mooresville. They're driving, just pounding it. Brecken Green again, still on his feet, and he's still going, and finally tackled from behind. But not before he can get near the 10-yard line. Billy Bias with a tackle. It's been all Brecken Green, number 45, on this drive. Mooresville hasn't attempted a pass yet, just kind of keeping it on the ground, and they're marching downfield right now. And they're going to give it to Brecken Green on the left side, and he's going to go in for an 11-yard touchdown run. So Artesian defense had a chance to stop him on 4th down. Mooresville was able to sneak it thanks to the quarterback. And then Brecken Green takes it all the way into the end zone, and Mooresville an extra point away from tying this game up at 7. High snap, a little trouble with it. Going to throw it, and it is not going to make it. So the high snap messed up the extra point attempt. Got to give props to number 1 Dane Stevenson to getting that and making that play close. But Artesians stop them, and this score is going to be 7-6. Artesians with a 1-point lead. That was 8 carries there by Brecken Green to march down the field. Artesians now only up by 1. So the momentum and the good start the Artesians had, some of that's been taken away by the touchdown by Mooresville. Still in the first quarter. See how Mooresville handles this. Artesians, they've kicked off twice, and both of them been onside kicks. We'll see if the Pioneers do the same thing. We got a issue here as the wind still blowing from the Martinsville side across the field to the Mooresville side. So it's a high kick, but it will be definitely returnable. Now trying to reverse field here. Cuts back up across the 20. Number 13 with that return, that's Adam Field. So ball at the 22-yard line. That's where the Artesians will start. Seen a lot of Tyler Cox, number 28, in this first quarter, but the touchdown was a Xavier Tinnitus to Andy Myers connection. But Xavier really hasn't thrown it deep just yet. Like I said, this weather, it's not the best weather to be tossing the football around, and they're going to hand it off to Tyler Cox, and there is a flag that comes after the play. Tyler Cox gets a couple yards, but let's first see what the penalty flag is about. Only our second penalty of the game. And check that third penalty. It's a hold against the Artesians, so we'll move them back some. So that'll be 1st and 20 after the penalty. Artesians inside their own 15 here, and Xavier's going to look to pass. He strikes. He's had Craig Wesner. Kind of went through his hand. Craig took a shot there at the end. Would have been a nice big completion there on first down, but incomplete pass, and we'll go to second down. Hands it off to Tyler Cox. He gets a short gain, maybe 2 or 3 yards there. Let's bring up 3rd and very long for the Artesians, and they're deep in their own territory, so Artesians need to get something here. I don't know even if they get close to the first down, if Coach Whitson will gamble just because of where the Artesians are at field position-wise, so want to try to give Matt Thomas a little bit of room and fakes the swing pass, a little bubble screen, and Andy Myers has it. Gets across the 20, near the 25. It's about a 10-yard pass play there by Xavier to Andy Myers, but still way off from the 4th down, so you're going to at least give Matt Thomas some room to punt. The last punt that Thomas had, not the best of punts. Hopefully he gets a little better leg into it this time. Matt Thomas has been good since he's taken over the punting duties. That punt is much better. It's a high one. It will be fielded and immediately hit and pushed out of bounds around the 43-yard line. So that's where Mooresville will take over. So Artesian's Matt Thomas does a little better job of flipping the field position a little bit there. Had to punt that from his own 10-yard line. Pioneers will take over at the 42-yard line. A little over a minute left to go. Elijah Perry, I don't believe has attempted a pass yet. It's been all on the ground, and they're going to keep it that way. It's Green. He just goes up the middle, gets tackled just shy of midfield. About a 7-yard pickup there for Green. Green bounces around the right side this time, gets a first down. Six-yard carry there and another first down. So Mooresville's offense really starting to get things rolling after the first play turnover they had. They'll get one more play off before the end of the quarter. This time it's not Brecken Green. It's number 20, Caden Robinson, who gets it out to about the 35-yard line, but that will do it for the first quarter. A quick one here at Siderwoods Field. Artesians, though, they've got the lead, 7-6. We'll be back for the second quarter after this.
To get accepted to a good college.
I want to be a businesswoman.
I really want to be very independent in my life.
I just love watching my friends be happy, and I want to do whatever I can to make them happy.
I wish that my friends will be able to achieve all of their dreams.
I want to help as much as I can.
I want to help people, but like in a bigger way.
Our definition of a relationship is being able to look you in the eye and hear about your concern, hearing about your family, hearing about your job, hearing about your aspirations, getting to know you, and positioning ourselves to help you meet those dreams. Now that sounds pretty old-fashioned, but we're not willing to give that up. We're simply not going to give that up.
For all the banking services you need, there's no place like home.
And welcome back, everyone. WREP 15 Sports. Mooresville with the football now, and it's Robinson who has it. He gets close to a first down. I think he's got enough for it. About a 3-yard carry for Robinson. Nope, going to be just shy, so about a 2-yard pickup. So 3rd and short for Mooresville. Guess a sneak is coming up for Perry here, and Perry, a little trouble there with the snap. I think he got enough for the first down, but that did not look pretty for the Pioneers. He got the yard he needed. No official signal yet. And it is going to be a first down. So first down for the Pioneers. Football at the 34-yard line. Hands it off again. It's Robinson on that carry. Gets tackled at around the 29-yard line. So it's been Green and Robinson, the two ball carriers for the Pioneers with an occasional QB sneak by the quarterback. Elijah Perry is yet to attempt to pass. Mooresville a little bit more balanced than this normally. Hands it off again. Robinson tried to cut inside. Gets out near the 25, about a 3-yard pickup there for Robinson. So it was Green earlier in this game. Now it's been mainly Robinson with the carries. So 3rd and short coming up, 3rd and 2 with 10 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Artesians hanging to a 7-6 lead. Had a great start with this first quarter, but now Mooresville's taking some of that momentum back, and they're getting things going a little bit. Hands it off to Green. Green gets the first down and more. 7-yard carry there for Brecken Green. Another first down for Mooresville. Green again with it. It's tackled, but you see how the strength of Brecken Green got hit, but still kept the legs moving. 6-yard carry for him. Malachi Pringle will come off the field. 2nd and 4. Hands it off again to Brecken Green. Drop it, not before he can get another first down. Jackson Kleesner in there on that. Jackson Kleesner playing a new position, was defensive line, but then after all the injuries for the defense, Jackson Kleesner now having to take over the linebacker position, since Will Nix and Weston Pemberton, arguably your two better defenders, and Green with it, gets hit right before he gets to the end zone. So about a 9-yard carry. So now we're going to do a quick snap, and I'm going to guess Elijah Perry's going to try to sneak this in himself. Tries to get the right side, and he does. And that's another touchdown for the Pioneers. So the start that Martinsville has, Mooresville has taken it back because they now have a 12-7 lead. And Mooresville is just doing this on the ground. Mooresville hasn't even attempted a pass play yet, but ground game is just taking over for the Pioneers, and it's worked. We'll see if the Pioneers go for 2 here. Their extra point attempt after their first touchdown had a bad snap, and Stevenson for the Pioneers had to kind of scramble and improvise and nearly got the 2 points, but couldn't get it. So now look at this formation here. It's like a power I formation, and Brecken Green goes for the 2-point conversion. I do not see a signal yet, and nope, did not get it. So Brecken Green tried to power that in there. It was a power I formation. Had 2 lead backs in front of him and could not get it. So good job by the Artesian defense there to keep 2 points off the board. So it's a 12-7 game, Pioneers. So 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Thanks for checking us out live on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. Wish you were here, but we understand if you're not. This weather is not the best football viewing weather. It's cold, it's windy, it's damp. And unfortunately, not the best viewing experience here at Cider Woods Field. It is senior night for the Artesians, so before the game, the Artesian players, managers, and cheerleaders were all honored prior to the game. We will have that senior night festivity for you at halftime of this game. So after the second quarter, stay with us. And that's just going to be kicked deep. It will be returnable. Actually going to take a bounce on the far side. Now Andy Myers going to cut up. There is a flag, though. Andy Myers has the he's going to go, but there is a flag that could bring this back as Andy Myers will go to the end zone. It will be a touchdown for now, but there is a penalty laying at the 20-yard line, and it is going to be, I believe, a holding penalty against the Artesians. So that will bring that back. So a great return by Andy Myers, and it's going to be coming back. Andy Myers had a great return in that Perry Meridian game that really put the Artesians back in it. Artesians were down by 9 with 5 or 6 minutes left. Perry Meridian kicked it off, and Andy Myers was able to return it for a good return and set up a quick touchdown, put the Artesians back in it. And that time, unfortunately, a touchdown off the board for Andy Myers, and you also have Artesian offense back farther at the 9-yard line. Unfortunately, the last 2 possessions have not been good starting field position for Martinsville. Last time they had it at the 20, but a holding penalty on the first play of that drive pushed them back. Xavier, quick little pass to a streaking Billy Bias. Billy Bias trying to get the edge. He gets some of it, but not a whole lot of room there. Billy Bias maybe gets a 5-yard carry there. So Billy Bias has a lot of speed if he can get in space. That time nearly got the edge. Got 5 yards more than I thought he did, so nice effort by him. Fakes the handoff, little screen for Andy Myers, and no gain as Andy Myers kind of got tripped up before he got the football. Third and 5 coming up for Martinsville. And they do need this first down. They need to give the defense a little bit of a breather and get a drive going here. So this play is very important for the Artesians, because if you don't, I don't think Coach Whitson's going to gamble here and go for it on 4th down. So you got to get the 5 yards right here, right now. We'll see what Coach Whitson draws up. Tries to get Mooresville to jump. That worked once already, but doesn't look like it's going to work this time. 6 seconds on the play clock. And they do get it off just in time. Xavier looking, throws it, little screen pass, and got the first down. That's Craig Wesner. Craig Wesner, his first reception. Get about a 10-yard pickup there for him. And more importantly, a first down for the Artesians. So that was definitely needed. At least Martinsville now has a fresh set of downs. Defense can catch their breath. Martinsville continues this drive. Trying to get the lead back. They had it 7-0, then 7-6, and now 12-7. Little speed option here. Tyler Cox lowers the shoulder. Nice job carrying some defenders. Gets it across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So 9-yard pickup there for Tyler Cox. Second and short for the Artesians. Going to give it to Tyler Cox again. He has the first down. About a 4-yard pickup there for him. Now Tyler Cox starting to get some things going, and this Martinsville offense is clicking. This Martinsville offense really clicks when they're allowed to go fast and play quick. Xavier gets the play call from the sideline. Six seconds on the play clock. Using all that play clock tonight. He'll play action. He's going to try to get Andy Myers, and it's picked off. Picked off at the 25-yard line. I think Xander Lowry with the interception, number 2 for Mooresville, got that. And Xavier Tinnitus was trying to get Andy Myers. He was there, but so were 2 other Mooresville defenders, and Xander was the one for the Pioneers to come down with the interception. first turnover for the Artesians. Hands it off, and good job by the defense there to stop. Nowhere to go for the ball carrier for the Pioneers. Brecken Green, no gain. I think it's the first run for Green that's gone nowhere. Great if you could get a 3 and out here for the Artesians. The only thing good about that interception, it was a deep pass, so it did flip the field position a little bit for Martinsville. Green again tries to get some space, finds a little bit, but Artesians wrap him up again, so a minimal gain for Green. Nice job by Martinsville. Cox in there and Kleesner in there on that tackle. Also Burkett. So 3rd and long coming up, 3rd and 8 to be exact from the 27-yard line of the Pioneers. Like I said, Mooresville has not attempted a pass play yet. We'll see if this is their first one. Artesians have to be ready for just about anything here. And they're going to try to pass play. And wide open, he gets hit immediately, but he makes that catch. That's Stevenson with that reception. 12-yard completion, and that hurts because Artesians had a chance to force a 3 and out, and that's what they needed. But the first pass attempt from Perry, he connects to Stevenson for a 12-yard gain. Now back to the ground game. Around the right side, Brecken Green, wow, gets about 8-9 yards on that carry. Brecken Green already close to 20 carries. We still got 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half. So Mooresville just sticking with this ground game. It's giving them 12 points so far. Give it to Green again, but dives forward, not much room there. Actually lost a yard on that carry. Nice job of the Artesians to come up and get Green behind the line of scrimmage, so another 3rd down now. Probably in 4-down territory here for the Pioneers, but let's see if the Artesians can get him in a 4th down. And Perry's going to try to QB sneak it, and he has it. About a 2-3 yard carry for Perry. So 2.5 minutes to go. Pioneers with another 1st down. Artesians just need to keep the Pioneers off the scoreboard here. Artesians will get the football to start the 2nd half. And they're down 7-12. In a game where Martinsville was looked at as the underdog here. But they had a great start to the 1st quarter. And we've got a penalty, and I believe this is going to go against the Pioneers. It's going to be a false start, so that will move them back and make this a 1st and 15. This is set up. Xavier Tonitis had a long pass, tried to hit Andy Myers, but it was intercepted by number 2, Xander Lowry of the Pioneers. So the first turnover of the night for the Artesians. And we've got a stoppage of play here, and it's going to be a timeout. Coach Gillen calls the timeout. Talk things over here. So 1:53 left to go. Artesians down 7-12 to the Mooresville Pioneers. Artesians come into tonight's game 3-4 overall. Pioneers 5-2. Pioneers have lost 2 of their last 3. Their losses have been against Decatur Central and Whiteland. Take a look here at the touchdown by the Artesians. This was in the early in the first quarter. After the turnover forced by the Artesians, the fumble by Green, Artesians were able to march it downfield, and Andy Myers caught his 12th touchdown reception of the season. Xavier Tinnitus, that was his 16th touchdown pass of the season. But since then, offense hasn't really got anything going. Kind of struggled here after that last touchdown. So defense, though, trying to do their job, keep the Pioneers off the scoreboard. And we got a little jet sweep here. And now some room, and now that's trouble. And Braden Evans is still going. Broke a tackle, and he's going to go. You see the speed and touchdown. Mooresville Pioneers defense cannot get the stop. "55-yard play there. Braden Evans with the touchdown. So that will be considered a pass. Braden Evans, 55-yard touchdown reception. Little shovel pass from Perry, and a movement there on Mooresville. And Mooresville's really struggled with the point afters here. It's going to scoot them back. So 18-7 your score. Still 142, so we'll see what the Artesian offense can do. Now Martinsville can strike quick. So we'll see number 21 here, the kicker, Brock Bodell. Kick is up, and it's no good. So Mooresville is 0 for 3 when it comes to trying to get the PAT or the two-point conversion. Our first one was a bad snap that resulted in a tackle as Dane Stevenson tried to get a pass but couldn't quite get it. Artesians stopped Mooresville on a two-point attempt, and then that missed extra point. That was after a false start penalty. So Mooresville offensively doing well when they have the football, but after they score the touchdown, they struggled a little bit. So 18-7. So that's 4 points that Mooresville is kind of left on the field. So kind of keep that in the back of your head. If the Artesians can get back into this game, make this close, those 4 points could be important. Now, the Artesians had a kick return. Last time the kick return team was out, Andy Myers took it all the way to the house, but there was a penalty, a holding penalty at around the 20-yard line that brought it back. So we'll see if Coach Gillen has Mooresville stay away from number 31. Adam Field, number 13, back there with Andy Myers. And they're going to squib kick it. It goes off a Martinsville player, but fortunately, nice job by number 2 there of Martinsville, Philip Herbert, who was able to jump on that. That was went off a Martinsville player. That could have been bad, but Artesians will finally get good starting field position, something they have not had the last couple drives. So we'll see if the Artesians can strike here. It's 1:41 left to go. Artesians, I believe, have all their timeouts. They've only used it one, if any. So they've got some timeouts to use. Artesians haven't really aired it out too much compared to what they normally do. Fakes it. He's going to roll out to his right. Has time, and he may just tuck it and run. Makes one man miss, gets across the 50, so about a 4-yard pickup there for Xavier. Did not get out of bounds, so the clock's still running, but we do have a timeout. Coach Whitson's going to call a timeout with 1:22 left to go. Ball at the 50-yard line, 2nd and 6. Artesians down 18-7. So this first half gone pretty quick. Most of that's been because a lot of run plays called. Like I said, stay with us halftime after the conclusion of the first half. We'll have all the seniors honored before the game here. Get that to you. So 2nd and 6 coming up for Artesians. Ball at midfield, trying to get some points on the board as Mooresville's gone 18 unanswered. A little draw play. Tyler Cox up the middle. Gets across the 35 to about the 30. Great run, Tyler Cox. And it's going to be a holding penalty against the Artesians. That's coming back. Wipes away about a 25-yard carry by Tyler Cox, and that's the second holding penalty that has just crushed the Artesians. The other one was one that took away about a 90-yard kickoff return for touchdown by Andy Myers. This time a nice 25-yard run by Tyler Cox that really had the Artesians set up nicely. But Tyler Cox on the draw play, obviously there was a hold up front, so that comes back. Eric Meyer looked that up here in the booth and said it was a good call. Artesian player kind of tackled the tackler. So Tyler Cox going to try it again, but that time not near as much room as he had the last time. About 4 yards there. We'll see. Coach Whitson, don't know how aggressive he'll be. Under a minute to go here, 3rd and 15. So last thing you want to do is give Mooresville the ball back and a chance for them to put more points on the board. You do, Coach Whitson may just let the play clock go down, and he may just go into the locker room. Artesians will get the football to start the second half, so Martinsville may try to regroup and recapture some of the magic they had in that early part of the first quarter. The Artesians started out so well, but since then, Mooresville scored 18 unanswered. And the offense has kind of not been able to find any big plays. And unfortunately, when Martinsville does find a big play that they need, it usually a penalty brings it back. So Martinsville a good start, so that's kept them in it. It's only 18-7 with a whole other half of football left. So the Artesians trying to win back the Battle of the M Trophy. Lost it last year in a really good football game. 24-21 was the final score of that one at Mooresville. Over 5,000 people there. Not nearly as many here, but obviously I don't think the weather was as bad. Xavier Tonitis, he's going to look, going to throw it, and it's off the hands of I don't actually think it made it to the hands of Matt Thomas. I think that was deflected before it got to him. So an incomplete pass for Xavier Tonitis. That's going to bring up 4th down. Thomas is going to have to punt this, and Artesians really need to be careful here. Last thing you want to do is put more points, give up more points to Mooresville. So right now you're down 18-7. You'll get the ball back to start the second half, but high snap. Matt Thomas gets it, is able to get it away. It's a high punt. It's going to take a bounce, and it stopped at the 33-yard line with 15 seconds left. So Martinsville probably going to go into kind of a prevent defense here just to keep the Pioneers from scoring. And Coach Gillen may just have his team take a knee anyway. Perry's just going to keep it himself. Little QB draw here. He's got some room and gets hit hard at the 45-yard line. It's about 12 yards on that carry, and it's going to be a penalty, but this time it's a hold. So take away the run from Perry. That's going to move Mooresville back 10 yards. Now with only 7 seconds left, Mooresville probably just going to take a knee. And that will do it here for the first half. So Artesian started out well, but Mooresville came back, and they will go into the locker room up 18-7. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will come back with the senior festivities from earlier today. We'll be right back.
To get accepted to a good college.
I want to be a businesswoman.
I really want to be very independent in my life.
I just love watching my friends be happy, and I want to do whatever I can to make them happy.
I wish that my friends will be able to achieve all of their dreams.
I want to help as much as I can.
I want to help people, but like in a bigger way.
Our definition of a relationship is being able to look you in the eye and hear about your concern, hearing about your family, hearing about your job, hearing about your aspirations, getting to know you, and positioning ourselves to help you meet those dreams. Now that sounds pretty old-fashioned, but we're not willing to give that up. We're simply not going to give that up.
For all the banking services you need, there's no place like home.
Heron, escorted by Christopher and Kristen Heron. Ethan is a percussionist, 3-year member of the marching band, and a member of the winter drum line. He plans to receive his certification as a paramedic at the end of this year, then go to Ivy Tech to get his paramedic certification. He will then continue into the medical field. Our next senior, Jessie Miller, escorted by Ann Miller and brother Eli. She is a percussionist, a 3-year member of the marching band, where she is part of the front ensemble and a member of the winter drum line. Jessie plans on going to college to study marine sciences and anthropology. Our next senior, Jason John Nahoris Jr., escorted by Aaron Nahoris. Jason is a trumpet player, 3-year member of the marching, concert, and jazz band. He plans to attend college for music education to continue his marching career with drum and bugle corps. Please welcome Sarah Roten, escorted by her parents Skip and Becky Roten. Sarah is a 5-year member of the marching band, plays snare, and a member of the winter drum line. She has also played drum set for various groups, including Impulse and improv choirs. She plays the trombone of the jazz band. Sarah plans on serving in the United States Air Force in pursuit of a career in special investigations. Our next senior, Gavin Sanders, escorted by Donna and Mike Sanders. He's a Guard member and a 4-year member of the marching band, a member of the Varsity Winter Guard. Gavin plays tenor sax in the band program. He is currently undecided about his plans for next year. Next, welcome Mackenzie Shipley, escorted by Rachel Shipley, Charles Shipley, and Miguel Zarate, a Guard member and a 4-year member of the marching band, a member of the Varsity Winter Guard, plans to attend college at Vincennes and ISU for occupational therapy with a minor in early childhood education. Next, welcome Brennan Shoemaker, escorted by Chad and Brandy Shoemaker, in his 2nd year with the marching band in the percussion section. Brennan also plays bass in the jazz band, pep band, concert, and jazz orchestras, and the show and jazz choirs. During the fall, he also participates in soccer and football. Brennan plans to attend the IU Jacobs School of Music for a degree in music education with a minor in French, number 43. Next, welcome Jessica Vetter, escorted by Bob and Jenny Vetter. She is an alto sax player and has been with the marching band for 5 years. As a captain of our section, Jessica plans on completing her studies in cosmetology. Now welcome Meredith Walker, escorted by Margaret Walker and Nancy Cross. Meredith is a color guard member and has been with the marching band and indoor guard for 2 seasons. She plans on going to IU School of Education to become a math teacher. Meredith Walker. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank our seniors and their parents for their years of hard work and dedication to our marching band and to the music department. We wish them all the very best in their future endeavors. And now let's have a big round of applause for our senior members, their parents, and sponsors. Thank you, members.
And that was Phil Deckard doing the PA for the Artesian Color Guard and Marching Artesians, recognizing those seniors. We're going to take another quick break, and then we'll come back for the football players, managers, and cheerleaders senior night from earlier today. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for that. Also including in that, we'll have the Marching Artesians perform here at halftime.
Our definition of a relationship is being able to look you in the eye and hear about your concern, hearing about your family, hearing about your job, hearing about your aspirations, getting to know you, and positioning ourselves to help you meet those dreams. Now that sounds pretty old-fashioned, but we're not willing to give that up. We're simply not going to give that up.
For all the banking services you need, there's no place like home.
Work can be overwhelming.
School can be overwhelming.
I don't feel like I do enough at home.
I don't feel like myself at home.
I don't know if I'm making the right choices for my future.
I have no idea what to do with my future.
I have anxiety.
I get so depressed.
I just wish someone could understand.
We may be your parents.
But we've been in your shoes.
And we fought the same battles.
No matter what you're facing,
we're here for you.
And you're not in this alone.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/.
And welcome back, everyone. WRAP 15 Sports halftime here at Ciderwoods Field. Score Artesians down to the Mooresville Pioneers 7-18. It is senior night, and we are going to go ahead and turn it over to Phil Deckard as he will introduce here soon the Martinsville Marching Artesians and the Color Guard.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, taking the field, the 2019 Martinsville Marching Artesian Band. Marching Artesians are under the direction of drum major Annabelle Lambert. Captains are Amelia DeBates, Elizabeth Heath, Macy Copus, Kiera McFarland, Jason Horace, Chad Sullivan, Trent Snow, and Jessica Vetter. Tonight, the Marching Artesians will be presenting their entire 2019 contest show titled The Deadline. The opening of the show features the music of the soundtrack for the movie Pollock by the composer Jeff Beal. The second part is a beautiful ballad called The Seal Lullaby by composer Eric Whittaker. And the closer is a very energetic piece by the composer Robert Sheldon titled Synergies. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to find a good seat and get ready for a great presentation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present the Martinsville Marching Artisan Band.
The Deadline.
We apologize to have to cut the marching artesian halftime performance short, but due to time constraints, we will go ahead and take you to earlier tonight, the seniors that were honored earlier in the day before the game started. Seniors, cheerleaders, football players, and managers.
Our first seniors tonight are varsity cheerleaders, Gwenny and Fia Foley. They're being escorted by their parents, Tim and Sherilyn Foley. Gwenny plans to attend college, major in pre-veterinary. Fia plans to attend college to study public relations and journalism. We wish you the best, Gwenny and Fia Foley. Up next, varsity cheerleader Lauren Caw. Lauren is being escorted tonight by parents, Melissa and Kevin Green, and Rhiannon Caw. She plans to attend college for pediatric nursing, hopes to one day work at Riley Hospital to help children. Best of luck, Lauren Caw. Our next varsity cheerleader tonight is Colleen Mappus, being escorted by her parents, Winona and Tom Mappus. Colleen is undecided on where she will go to college, but plans on pursuing a career in nursing. Good luck, Colleen Mappus. Up next, senior varsity cheerleader, Brooke McFarland. Brooke is being escorted tonight by her parents, Neil and Sherry McFarland. Brooke is still in the process of selecting a college, but will be pursuing a degree in political science and plans to attend law school. We wish you the best, Brooke McFarland. Our final senior varsity cheerleader is Eden McFarland. Eden is being escorted tonight by her parents, Heather and Mike McFarland. After high school, Eden plans on doing cosmetology on the side while going into the Air Force Reserves. She may eventually go to college at Ball State for radio and TV. Best of luck, Eden McFarland. Our first senior manager tonight is Taylor Biddle. Taylor is being escorted by her mother, Suzanne Biddle, and grandpa, Wayne Wallstra. Taylor plans to study at Vincennes University and carry on grandfather George's legacy. Good luck, Taylor Biddle. Up next, senior manager Madison Collier. Madison is being escorted tonight by Dave Collier and Tara Willett, and Brenda and Danny Renard. Next fall, Madison plans to attend IU and major in kinesiology. We wish you the best, Madison Collier. Our first senior football player, number 5, Jalen Arthur, being escorted tonight by Leslie and Larry Bland and Greg and Barbara Arthur. Jalen is currently enlisted in the U.S. Air Force and expects to go to basic training in September 2020. Good luck, number 5, Jalen Arthur. Up next, senior football player 94, Landon Basham. Landon is being escorted tonight by his uncle, Tommy Williams, and his mother, Nicole Bales. After high school, Landon plans on attending college in Florida and coming home to become a firefighter. We wish you the best, Landon Basham. Our next senior football player is number 51, Andrew Ball. Andy is being escorted tonight by his parents, Michelle and Andy Ball. Upon graduating, Andrew plans to attend Ball State University to major in English. Good luck, Andrew Ball. Walking onto the field next is senior football player number 19, Michael Betts. Michael is being escorted tonight by his parents, Shannon and Chuck Betts. Michael has been accepted to Ball State University and Millikan University, but is undecided on where he will attend. Best of luck, Michael Betts. Up next is number 11, Billy Bias. Billy is being escorted tonight by Don and Sister Beth and Keith Bias with his new leg, and Steve Corey. After graduation, Billy plans to join Martinsville Fire Department or wildland firefighting in California. He is currently on the Green Township Fire Department, and we wish you the very best, Billy Bias. Our next senior football player is number 30, Jacob Burkett. Jacob is being escorted by his parents, Troy and Amanda Burkett. After high school, Jacob plans on joining the Carpenter Union, becoming a union carpenter. Good luck, Jacob Burkett. Up next, senior football player Darius Cook. Darius is being escorted tonight by his parents, Tom and Londa Cook. After high school, he plans to go to Ivy Tech and join the Carpenters Union. We wish you the best, Darius Cook. Next up is senior football player number 85, Dalton DeStefano. Tonight, Dalton is being escorted by Lisa and Jeff Bailey. Next fall, Dalton plans on attending Ball State University for accounting. Best of luck, Dalton DeStefano. Number 65, Dylan Guy is our next senior football player. He's being escorted tonight by Lacey Harding and Jamie, William, and Devon Guy. Dylan plans on joining the Marines or the Air Force after graduation. We wish you the best, Dylan Guy. Our next senior member, number 23, Josh Ham Jr. Josh is being escorted tonight by his father, Josh Ham Sr., mother Kristen, and brother Jaden. Josh plans to attend USI to play baseball and study business. Good luck, Josh Ham. Up next is senior football player number 57, James Hicks. James is being escorted tonight by his mother, Robin Reich, father, Jerry Hicks, and aunt, Tammy Conley. Upon graduation, James plans to join the Air Force. Best of luck, James Hicks. Walking onto the field next is senior football member number 55, Jackson Klusner. Jackson is being escorted tonight by his parents, Lynn and Tony Klusner. Next fall, Jackson plans to go into the Navy. Good luck, Jackson Klusner. Our next senior football player is number 31, Andy Myers. Andy is being escorted tonight by his parents, Twyla and Mike Myers, and sister Elizabeth. After graduation, Andy plans to attend college to study accounting and play football. We wish you the best, Andy Myers. Up next, senior football player number 15, Wesley Polston. Wesley is being escorted tonight by his father, Jack Polston. Wesley plans to attend IUPUI to study either business or computer science. Best of luck, Wesley Polston. Walking on the field next is senior football player number 43, Brennan Shoemaker. Brennan is being escorted by his parents, Brandy and Chad Shoemaker. After high school, Brennan plans to go to Indiana University's Jacobs School of Music and study music education. He also plans to minor in French and study abroad. Good luck, Brennan Shoemaker. Our next senior football player is number 4, Jonas Matthew Stillman. He's being escorted tonight by his father and stepmother, Dylan and Mackenzie Stillman, and his mother, Kristen Campos. Jonas has military plans after high school with an interest in aviation or special forces. Best of luck, Jonas Stillman. Up next, senior football player number 16, Anthony Talent, being escorted tonight by his mother, Kelly Weddle, and father, Danny Talent. Anthony plans on attending IUPUI, majoring in emergency management and homeland security. Good luck, Anthony Talent. Walking onto the field next, senior football player number 81, Matt Thomas. Matt is being escorted tonight by Jane and Steve Keefe and Randy Thomas. He would like to thank his parents for keeping him accountable and always being there for him. He would also like to thank his older brother Ryan for being the best role model anyone could ask for. After graduation, Matt plans to go to either the University of Indianapolis or Hillsdale College to major in finance and continue his career in football. We wish you the best of luck, Matt Thomas. Our next senior football player, number 8, Xavier Tonitis. Xavier is being escorted tonight by his parents, Chris and Brady Tonitis. Xavier plans on playing college football after school. Good luck, Xavier Tonitis. Up next, our senior football player, 87, Craig Wessner. Craig is being escorted tonight by his parents, Kip and Debbie Wessner, along with his grandmother, Mary Lee Wessner. Craig is currently undecided on his future plans, but is very interested in physical therapy and or aviation technology. Best of luck, Craig Wessner. Walking onto the field next, senior football player number 56, Isaac Whitaker. Isaac is being escorted by his father, Todd Whitaker, his mother and stepfather, Claudine and Tim Mitchell. After high school, Isaac is interested in attending Purdue University to pursue studies in engineering. We wish you the best of luck, Isaac Whitaker. Our final senior football player tonight is number 79, Caden Williams. Caden is being escorted by his parents, Danny and Cindy Williams. Caden plans on attending college for law enforcement, then enlisting in the National Guard. We wish you the best, Caden Williams. And now let's give our cheerleaders, football managers, players, and parents a big round of applause to show them our appreciation. They have had to make many sacrifices to participate in their school activities, and again, we would like to say a big thank you. And to our seniors, best of luck.
And that was the senior night from earlier today. All the cheerleaders, student managers, and Artesian football players were honored. We like to go ahead and thank all of them for their hard work and effort. Also the Artesian marching band and flag corps. Appreciate all the seniors and wish them luck in their future plans after high school here. But we got a second half of football to call. Little squib kick. And Artesian going to let it go all the way. Picked up at the 20. Falls forward to the 25. So Mooresville being a little cautious earlier in that first half. Andy Myers took one all the way, but the yellow flag was thrown, and that touchdown was off the board. So Artesian offense will take over. If you're just now joining us, thank you. If you're watching us live on MHS Rewind YouTube channel, Artesians couldn't ask for a better start. They led 7-0 to start in the first quarter, but 18 unanswered points by the Pioneers, and the offense kind of bogged down a little bit. Andy Myers in motion. They're going to give it up the middle. Tyler Cox with it. Gets it for about 3 yards. Tyler Cox was very involved in that first half. The one touchdown was a touchdown pass from Xavier Tonitis to Andy Myers, but 11-yard touchdown pass. Offense after that touchdown just has not been able to really get anything going. Had a couple big plays. Like I said, though, they've been taken away by a penalty. Tyler Cox this time up the middle, gets maybe another 2 or 3 yards. So it's going to bring up 3rd and manageable, about 3rd and 4 coming up for Martinsville. Artesians need a first down here. They've struggled with staying out there and keeping these drives alive. They had a couple 3-and-outs. Low snap, Xavier, quick pass, and off the hands. Billy Bias could not hang on, and I think he would have caught it. He would have had a room to, who knows what happened, but I think he would have had the first down. Now, 4th down, I think you're going to have to punt this. We'll see what Coach Whitson does, but it's 4th and 3. And Artesian defense has struggled of late, but it looks like they're going to try to maybe just draw Mooresville off sides. It worked early in the first quarter, but we'll see. 10 seconds on the play clock. 4th and 3, remember. Artesians, if they snap this, they have to get this. If not, this could end poorly. And they're just going to take the delay of game. So they'll take the delay of game and send Matt Thomas out there to try to punt this away, but 3-and-out for the Artesians, not the way you want to start the second half, as Artesians at least needed to get a drive to get something going, something positive, but ever since that first quarter, Artesians just have really struggled both sides of the football. Still only an 18-7 deficit for the Artesians. See what Matt Thomas can do here. This is, I believe, his 3rd punt. Good snap. Gets it off. That's a high punt. Not going to go too far, but it does take a nice Martinsville roll. And that will go across the 30 to near the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. So a nice punt there by Matt Thomas. So at least the Artesians flipped the field position there. So now can the defense get a stop? Artesians on the very first play of the game forced a turnover, forced a fumble, and were able to recover it, and that led to a touchdown. But ever since then, Mooresville has been able to control the pace with a strong ground game. Perry under center, going to hand this off to Green. Green gets still on his feet, goes across the 40 for a big run, and Brecken Green, tell you what, after that fumble, he has really turned it up, and he's done really, really well. Perry only has 2 pass attempts all night, a 12-yard completion, then a 55-yard touchdown to Braden Evans, and that touchdown pass was kind of one of those quick jet sweep, just quick little touch pass. So he's really only dropped back to pass it one time. This has been all a ground game for Mooresville, and they've just been able to, and there he goes again, Brecken Green across the 45, near the 40, and another first down for Mooresville. So back-to-back 15-plus yard runs for Brecken Green. And just like that, the Mooresville Pioneers started this off at their own 25. Now they're near the Artesian 40-yard line after just 2 quick plays. And Brecken Green again is just still going. And the Artesians finally get him down after he crosses the 30. So you see the strength. And now we got a flag. And this is going to be probably a personal foul. We'll see, and I hope it's not on the Artesians. But if this is a personal foul on the Artesians, it's a frustration penalty because Artesians right now are getting run into the ground here to start. Personal foul, and it is going to go against the Artesians. That's a frustration penalty. Artesian defense obviously is frustrated because they are really struggling to stop the run here, and it's just going to give 15 free yards to Mooresville. So Mooresville with another first down. Hands it off this time to Robinson, number 20. Gets it for about 9 yards near another first down. And Mooresville is looking to just march down the field and put 6 more points on the board. So a few big runs for Pioneers and a 15-yard personal foul penalty. Artesians do stop Robinson here, but gets another first down. It's going to be inside the 5 for first and goal. So Artesians need to do everything they can to try to get a stop as Mooresville Artesians just running, the Pioneers are just running downfield. Perry under center. Hands it off. Green with it, and he's going to be stopped just shy of the goal line. Gets it out to about the 1 yard line. Bring up second and goal for the Pioneers. That's carry number 24 for Brecken Green. He's got over 100 yards. Perry going to hand it to him again, and he's dived for it. I don't know if he got it. Got another stop. So Artesians goal line defense pretty strong here. It's going to bring up third down. Now Mooresville obviously in 4-down territory, so they're going to have 2 cracks at it. What a thing if the Artesians could get a stop here, but they've got to do it twice if they're going to do it. Perry, he's going to try to sneak it, and this time he will get in. So it's Perry who gets the touchdown. Brecken Green gets all the yards, but there at the end it is Kalijah Perry for the QB sneak and the touchdown. Makes it 24-7. Pioneers lead it. So this is the only part of the Mooresville game since that rough start they had early in the first quarter that has struggled. That's the extra point and the 2-point conversion. They are 0 for 3. They're going to try to get their first extra point here, and snap looks good. It's kicked. It's a high kick, and it is good. So they finally got one, and they extend their lead 25-7. As Mooresville now in control here with 7:26 to go in the third quarter. So the Artesians now, they're going to have to score in a hurry, and defense is going to have to figure out how to stop Brecken Green of Mooresville. Hard to believe, but the regular season coming to a close next week. Martinsville will be on fall break next week, but Coach Whitson talked to Eric Meyer on Inside Artesian Football and said that the schedule will not change. They'll practice kind of in the morning, but they'll prepare just like a normal game week. But a fall break all next week for the Artesians. Little squib kick, and it's picked up. Danny Myers trying to get the edge on the left side, and he is going to be dragged down across the 30-yard line to about the 32. So that's where the Artesian offense will take over. And the offense needs to get something. They need a spark.
Scoring drive, 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Mooresville covered 74 yards, 7 plays, 4 first downs. Perry, 1-yard touchdown run, extra point good.
So here we go, fresh set of downs for the Artesians. See if this drive can spark something. Third quarter, Artesians down 25-7. Xavier, he's going to throw it, and he has Billy Bias, I believe, caught it, and he did for a moderate gain, about 4 yards there on that passing catch. Second and 6 coming up. Xavier looking. Going to roll to his right. Still head downfield. And was that caught? What a catch there by number 5, Arthur. Arthur with the reception, number 5, and it's a first down catch. Jalen Arthur keeps the drive alive. Artesians this time they hand it off. Tyler Cox gets about 4 yards on that carry. Second and 6 now for Martinsville. Ball near midfield. Low snap, but Xavier Tonight's with it. He's going to try to get Andy Myers deep. Andy Myers is wide open. He caught it, and touchdown. Andy Myers with another touchdown reception. And the long 52-yard touchdown pass, Xavier Tinnitus to Andy Myers. You see right there, Artesians can strike, and they can strike quick. So that's the touchdown the Artesians desperately needed. They needed a touchdown on that drive to be in striking distance of this football game. So now Jackson Fry with the extra point. Artesians run a man on late, but still plenty of time, 20 seconds left on the play clock. So 5:40 left to go in this third quarter, and Artesians get the touchdown. Snap, kick, up, and good. 25-14 is your score. Artesians trail the Mooresville Pioneers 11, but that maybe will spark something as we should have a replay here. On the 52-yard touchdown pass, good protection. Xavier Tinnitus had a nice pocket, and Andy Myers with a catch and falls into the end zone for the second touchdown reception of the night. 13 on the season. So Andy Myers creeps closer to that Martinsville record of most touchdown receptions in a season. Jimmy Oakley of 1986 holds that record right now. He's got 16, so Andy Myers needs 3 to tie, 4 to take it. I believe he moves up to second in touchdown receptions for the season. But he's going to have at least 2 more games to do it. Has the game at Plainfield next week and then a sectional game, and hopefully more for Martinsville. We'll see what kind of kick the Artesians pull here. They've already recovered one onside kick, little trickery, but that is right to the Mooresville Pioneers, Kyler Evans, who gobbles that up. So our Pioneers will have it at midfield. And the way that the offense for Mooresville has gone here lately, our Artesian defense is going to have to figure something out. Andy Myers coming into tonight's game was actually the second in the state in receiving yards. He had 814 yards coming in to tonight's game. As we call this play here, it's Green. Brecken Green gets across the 50s for about a 3-4 yard pickup there. Call it 3 yards. Yeah, he was only 53 yards behind the leader in receiving yards for the state. That's J.C. Reese of Lebanon, who came into tonight's game with 867 yards. So Andy Myers, a fabulous senior season. Hands that off, and Green has it. Now he's got a hole, and he's going to bounce to the outside, and he's going to score. Brecken Green all the way, and Mooresville responds with a touchdown.
48-yard touchdown run, his third of the evening.
And just Artesians cannot stop him. Brecken Green, another touchdown run, and this one was a long one. And it was right after Martinsville had some momentum after the long touchdown pass from Xavier Tinnitus to Andy Myers. And Brecken Green scores another one. And he is near 200 yards, if he's not over it, on the ground. So that's 31-14 now, under 5 minutes to go. The extra point coming up, and got a flag. I think we got some movement on the Artesians trying to disrupt that kick. Artesian last 2 games have really struggled with the run defense. Aiden Warren, number 27 of Perry Meridian, very talented football player. He ran for, I believe, over 250 yards last week against Martinsville. Martinsville was able to get the win on that, and the kick is up and good. But now it's Brecken Green who's that run probably put him over 200 yards, or he came pretty close. He's pretty close to it on the night. And a 32-14 score. So it puts a little bit more pressure on your offense to try to keep up with Mooresville here. It's Mooresville's defense obviously doing everything they can. Coach McKinney, defensive coordinator, But it is so tough when you've had the injuries and you've had to move players to different positions that they're maybe not comfortable with or they hadn't got a lot of practice time in. And then your two leading tacklers in this season been lost for the season in Weston Pemberton and Will Nix. It's really tough for any team, not just Martinsville, to overcome. So Martinsville obviously doing everything they can to get stops they need, and this game's not over. Still another quarter left after this third one. Little squib kick. Arthur just going to jump on it, probably this wise play there. Don't want to risk turning it over, so Artesians will start at the 30-yard line.
Just 42 seconds, the Pioneers had the ball. They ran 2 plays from their own 49. Brecken Green ran it 3 yards, and then he ran it 48 for his third rushing touchdown of the evening. His 14th in the year. Extra point was good. 42 seconds, 2 plays, 1 first down, covered 51 yards. Score 32-14. Martinsville takes over at their own 31-yard line.
Brecken Green actually getting close to 1,000 yards rushing. Andy Myers also getting close to 1,000 yards receiving as the umbrellas have come up as the rain has started again. Quick pass over there to Matt Thomas on the far side, and just nowhere for him to go. See the rain coming down. It all of a sudden just came down. Just all of a sudden came down. Umbrellas popped up. It actually had it just kind of been misting. The rain had stopped. Still just kind of cold and damp, but all of a sudden clouds open up and we've got more rain. So second and long coming up, a little toss play. Tyler Cox gets it, cuts back inside, has some room, gets across the 35, stretches out near the 40. So nice second and long run there for Tyler Cox, makes this 3rd and short. Going to be about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1.5 maybe. See, Xavier's going to try to sneak it, and he doesn't get it. Kind of rushed that, and I don't know if Xavier slipped or what happened, but Xavier tried to hurry that up and could not get it. So we've got 4th and 2 now. So we'll see. Artesians need the first down. They do not want to give the ball back to Mooresville the way their offense has been running. Try to get Mooresville to jump, but Mooresville does not jump then. Low snap, and that's trouble. Xavier picks it up, nowhere to go. And the first sack of the night, and the first bad snap too. And Artesians there lost their starting center, Andy Ball, last week to an injury. But the backup center actually has done very well. You hadn't noticed that's the first mistake we've seen all night, but it unfortunately is a big one and gives Mooresville the football back at the 30-yard line, making it the 29-yard line. Hands it off. This time it's Robinson. Robinson around the right side to 24-yard line. Makes it 2nd and 4. Hands it off up the middle. It's Robinson again. And he's got more than enough for the first down. Takes it down to about the 15-yard line. It's Robinson again, taking over for Brecken Green, who's had a Huge night for Mooresville. That time it gets about an 8-yard pickup. Brings up second and short.
Oh, well, Brecken Green is 242 yards himself. 58 more for Caden, 8 for Terry.
Second down, 1:40 left to go in the third quarter. Mooresville threatening again, and looks like we've got a pre-snap penalty. It's going to be false start on Mooresville, so that does move them back 5 yards. So we'll make it 2nd and 9. Hands it off. It's Robinson. He cuts back inside. He's going to get in. Touchdown. 14-yard touchdown run. This time, it's Caden Robinson with the score. Caden Robinson, his 4th touchdown of the year. First of carry. There's a shot of number 12, junior quarterback Tyrus Martin. Tyrus Martin warming up a little bit, so we may see him in this 4th quarter. Don't know what's if you just want to give Xavier Tinnitus a break or something happened, but Tyrus Martin, I think you're going to see him in this 4th quarter as that extra point is up, and there is a flag, so we'll have to re-kick this, and it's going to be against the Artesians, another offsides. They're trying to get to the kick early, but a little too early there for the Artesians. This time, kick is up, and it's good. 39-14, Mooresville Pioneers with a comfortable lead with 1:19 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And this 3rd quarter just not really gone well for the Artesians. They have the one long touchdown pass from Xavier Tinnitus to Andy Myers that you thought maybe would have got something, but then 2 plays later, Mooresville, Brecken Green with a long touchdown run, and Mooresville has just kind of taken control of it here. Unfortunate the way the first quarter started for the Artesians. You couldn't have asked for a better first quarter. Had an onside kick to start the game that they nearly recovered but couldn't. Then the very next play, the first play of scrimmage, Mooresville's Brecken Green went about 8-9 yards, then fumbled it. Artesians recovered, marched down the field, and scored a touchdown. Took a 7-0 lead. And there's a squib kick there. It's going to be scooped up by Jalen Arthur, and he's going to be dragged out of bounds at the 35. Artesians, after they scored that touchdown, made it 7-0. They kicked another onside kick and recovered this one, but unfortunately went 3 and out. Could not capitalize on the onside kick recovery, and then Mooresville was able to score, missed the extra point, so made it 7-6. And just the Artesian offense and the rest of that first half just couldn't get anything going, and Mooresville was able to score 2 more times, make it 18-7. And then the 3rd quarter offense has continued. So Tyrus Martin will take over the quarterback position. Tyler Cox still in there for the Artesians, and he gets about a yard or 2 on that carry. So Tyrus Martin, the junior, who started the game last week in place of an injured Xavier Tinnitus and did a very, very fine job. Got the win for the Artesians. Tyrus Martin, the junior. He's going to go back and pass. He's going to do a quick throw out there, and Matt Thomas on the far side. That's enough for a first down, so about an 8-9 yard completion there for Matt Thomas. Tyrus Martin there on the first down completion. Throw a quick pass out to Craig Wesner. Craig Wesner gets it, gets across the 50, little spin move, gets out to the 45-yard line, and a late flag here. Have to see what this is. Now, you would think this would have to be against Mooresville. No, it's going to be a hold against the Artesians. Not for sure how that. Well, I thought Craig Wesner was tackled out of bounds when that flag was thrown, so I thought it was going to be some sort of either late hit or face mask against Mooresville, but nope, they're going to call a holding penalty at the end of that play, so that'll move that back. The 10-yard penalty is from the spot of the foul, so it'll make it first and an odd 13 for the Artesians.
Mooresville territory back to the Martinsville territory.
Tyler Cox will take it. He'll dive forward and get back to around the original line of scrimmage there. And that'll probably take us to the end of the third quarter as the Artesians trail the Mooresville Pioneers on this Friday night, 39-14. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the fourth and final quarter right after this.
Sportsmanship doesn't happen just on the court or on the field or on the mat. It doesn't happen only in the pool or on the green or the track. It also happens in the stands, on the sidelines, on the web, and at home. That's because sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. We remind you to practice good sportsmanship at all high school sporting events. Treat athletes and officials with respect during competition and especially in social media. And support your team's coaching staff. Remember, sportsmanship has a face. Yours. A message from your high school and the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And welcome back, everyone. WRAP 15 Sports. Watching us live on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. It's the Artesians, Mooresville Pioneers. Mooresville with a big lead. Tyrus Martin out there for the Artesians. Third and 7 coming up for the Artesians. So the Artesians, barring a amazing fourth quarter miracle comeback, little speed option here. Tyler Cox tried to get to midfield but didn't get much. Maybe got a yard. That'll bring up fourth down and around midfield. So no gain there for Cox on that carry. And I think we've got a false start on the Artesians. So that'll move that fourth down back even further. And now the Artesians we're going to bring out the punting unit. Matt Thomas is going to try to punt this away. High snap, but Matt gets it. And a lot of pressure there, able to get it off, though. And it's going to take a Martinsville roll. And Artesians tried to push a Mooresville player in front of the ball, and they do. And I think that was Burkett who noticed a Mooresville player had his back to the football, and Jacob Burkett pushed him into the ball, made contact with it, and then that made it a live ball, and Artesians were able to jump on it. An official. No, check that. I'm sorry. I thought the Artesians, the official said that the Mooresville player touched it, but I guess not. So Mooresville will take over the football, but good idea by Jacob Burkett. He hands this off to Evans, and now Evans, he's got speed, and no one's going to catch him. Evans is going to go all the way up the sideline and a touchdown. And just like that, another score for Mooresville. probably the fastest player on the field, number 13, Braden Evans, and that's his second touchdown of the night. So I thought Artesians caught a break by a smart play by Jacob Burkett, who tried to push his player into the football and recover the punt, but Mooresville was able to keep the possession of the football, and then the very next play, Braden Evans with a jet sweep. No one for Martinsville could catch him. Braden Evans had a huge game last year as a junior, and he has another big game against the Artesians tonight. Extra point is up, and it is good. 46-14 now your score. So Artesians, unfortunately, after the great start, could not keep it going, and they're going to eventually fall 3-5 once this game is over. Mooresville will go to 6-2, 4-2 in the conference. Now these teams could meet again. Mooresville and Martinsville in the same sectional now that Martinsville is in the 4A class, so this may not be the only meeting between these two ball clubs. We'll kind of talk here as the game goes on about the sectionals and the teams involved in that. So Mooresville set to kick this off here. It's going to be returnable. Across the 25-yard line.
Both carried out across the 25 and about the 26-yard line. Andy Myers.
Matt LaFerry with the return. Number 10. See who the Artesians kind of run out here. Obviously, this game is out of reach, and Tyrus Martin out there, Jalen Arthur. So Polston out there. So Artesians putting some of those guys number 2 in the 2 deep. Jalen Arthur comes in motion. Going to hand it off, though, to I believe Tyler Cox is still running the football and gets it maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. So the Artesians have one more regular season game. It'll be at Plainfield next Friday. Like I said, fall break for Martinsville students next week, but Coach Whitson said on the coaches show, he told his players, if you want a fall break, don't play football. So they will be practicing all next week and preparing just like it would be a normal game week. Little quick touch pass there to Jalen Arthur. Arthur trying to get the edge, and he does not get it. Gets swallowed up by number 92, Tommy O'Connor, for a loss, and that's going to bring him a 3rd and long situation. Tyrus Martin, draw play, and Tyler Cox gets it to about the 30-yard line. So bring up fourth and about 7 for the Artesians, and they're just going to keep their offense out there, and nothing to lose at this point, so might as well just try to keep this game going. See what Tyrus can do here on 4th down. Tyrus, he's got Polston and overthrew him, and it's intercepted. So he had Wesley Polston there, but just overthrew his intended receiver and into the hands of Pioneers number 83, Tim Casper, with that interception. It's his second interception on the night. First for Tyrus Martin. Xavier Tinnitus had one in that first half. So we'll see Mooresville have any of their second string guys in. Looks like got a new quarterback in, Trevin Babb, number 8. Hands it off, a spin move there, and Robinson will go down, goes backwards. Artesians number 34 with that tackle. Nice job by Bo Hess. Bo Hess has had a nice kind of second half of the season. He's one of those players that playing a lot of time at linebacker because of the injuries, and he's done nice. So 8:45 left to go in this game. Mooresville will retain the M Trophy. For those unfamiliar, that trophy was started back in 2012. Hands it off. Robinson goes backwards again. A flag comes late. Jason Cox in there on the tackle for the loss. We'll have to see what the flag's about, but Jason Cox with the tackle. It's a holding penalty. Let's see what Coach Whitson decides to do here. And then he's going to decline it. So smart play there by Coach Whitson because of the tackle for loss. The holding penalty will be declined, and that'll be 3rd and long for Mooresville. So the M Trophy was started in 2012. Artesians coming in tonight had a 5-2 lead on the series since the trophy was started, but Mooresville is going to win tonight, so they'll have won back-to-back games and will retain the M Trophy. And rolling out, little pressure, and incomplete. Going to bring up 4th down. Good job of the Artesians to send some pressure. Nigel Bryant and Malachi Pringle in there on that pressure. So under 8 minutes to go. 4th down for Mooresville, 4th and long. So we'll see if they're going to try to punt this away or keep their offense out. M Trophy is just like it sounds. Trophy with a big M on it. One side it's painted blue for Mooresville. The other side painted red for Martinsville. And the date and results of the game on each side of the winning team. So kind of a fun little rivalry for the Artesians, and a little run end around and not going to get it. Going to be about 10 yards short of the 1st down. Good tackle out there by the Artesians, number 55 for Martinsville in there on that tackle. It's Jackson Kleesner, number 55 with that tackle and that stop. That'll bring the Martinsville offense back out there. Talked to Director Eric Meyer just a second ago to confirm a sectional game. Artesians we will broadcast that game, so depending on where that game is, we'll have that for you live on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. That's 2 weeks from today. Sectional draw will actually be Sunday, so Sunday evening, Artesian fans and Artesians will know exactly who they're going to be playing and where. Hands it off up the middle. Tyler Cox gets it out to the 45-yard line, around the 46. So Martinsville, the 2 local teams in their sectional now, Mooresville, like I said, they could see the Pioneers again, and the Greenwood Woodmen, another mid-state conference team. Those are 2 local teams that if you're watching, you're probably familiar with if you're following the Artesians or if you're following the Pioneers, all 3 in the mid-state conference. So those are the 2 locally familiar teams in that sectional. And then after that, it's some schools you may have to look up on a map. Tyrus, he's going to try to find LaFerry, and LaFerry well covered, incomplete. But to name some of those schools, you have East Central, which is over the Indiana-Ohio border. Silver Creek, which is down by Louisville. Madison, Indiana, south of here. Then I think you have North and I believe South Dearborn, which are also east, kind of near the Ohio border. So if Martinsville draws one of those newer teams from the in the sectional, there could be some traveling involved. Tyler Cox, I believe. Let's see here. Nope, check that. 35 with that carry. Riddick Bolton Gets it near the first down marker, but it's going to bring up a 4th and short. So nice run there by Riddick Bolton. Tyrus Martin comes up to the line. Tried to draw Mooresville off sides. And nice job by Tyrus Martin. He's got enough for the first down. Riddick Bolton's a 5'9", 165-pound sophomore. He's the one that had the run to kind of set that up, but Tyrus gets the quarterback sneak and gets the first down. Tyrus looking to go deep. He's got Polston, but it is nearly intercepted. Wesley Polston had to go from offense to defense real quick to keep that interception from happening.
Artesian fans, a reminder tomorrow the Artesian freshmen will play at 8:30. The JV game will be at 10 o'clock.
So this is the final home game for Martinsville. Last time we broadcast here at Ciderwoods Field for the season, unless the sectionals draw comes in our favor and we do get to host a sectional game. It's Riddick Bolton who gets another carry. Once again, congratulations and thank you to all the football seniors, managers, and cheerleaders for all their dedication and hard work. This could be their final home game, final time playing here at Ciderwoods Field. Same goes to the members of the Marching Artesian Band and Color Guard as Bolton still trying to turn the legs and gets back to the line of scrimmage, bring up 4th and 4. Tyrus, I think he was looking, I don't know if he was looking for Wesley Polston or looking for Riddick Bolton. So, it's Charles Bedford, excuse me. So Charles Bedford and Wesley Polston, the two receivers, kind of in the area, but it's going to be turnover on downs, so Mooresville will take over at their own 42-yard line with 5.5 minutes left to go. The timeout by Mooresville. Coach Gillen will get win number 325 overall for him. Like I said, coming into tonight's game, he has the 5th most wins all time in the history of Indiana football. Amongst active coaches, he is 3rd on that list. Obviously, it would be tough to catch up to the number 1 man on that list, head coach up at Sheridan. Like I said, I mentioned the start of a good first quarter start for the Artesians, and then also just had some missed opportunities. They had the long kickoff return for a touchdown by Andy Myers, and this run here is possible touchdown saving tackle there. Big gain for Mooresville as Artesians warming up another quarterback. If the offense comes back out, Tyler Adkins, the freshman, warming up, so he may get to see some varsity action here if the offense is able to get back out on the field. 5:18 left to go. Oh, big tackle there. Jason Cox, number 29. A bullet comes out of there and makes the tackle. Unfortunately, a little too late as the defense with a great tackle there. Probably the best defensive play of the night, but it comes in the fourth quarter. Game out of hand. We'll show it to you again, though. Check that. Yeah, here it is. Nope, still not hit. So we'll call this play here, 2nd down and 17. Here's the short gain there for Mooresville. And here's the highlight. See, Tyler Cox just goes unblocked and dives right in there, makes a perfect tackle, takes the legs out from the running back and stops that play. So we've got a 3rd and 14 now, back live action here. Under 4 minutes ticking away. Another toss play, and it's another mid tackle. Tyler Cox nearly got another one, almost identical to the last one. But he did mess up that play. Dylan Alvarado was the one that made the official tackle. Tyler Cox, though. Jason Cox. I've said Tyler Cox. Jason Cox, the defending linebacker that has made those plays. Tyler Cox, the running back for the Artesians. They are brothers. So 4th and 19 here for Mooresville. Simple handoff inside, and Artesians get another nice defensive stop. 65 in there on the tackle, Dylan Guy. And they turn over on down, so Martinsville will get the ball back with just under 3 minutes to go. 46-14 is your score. Mooresville with the lead and is going to walk out of here with a win and a trophy. They will have the M Trophy for back-to-back seasons for the first time ever since the trophy was started. And we are going to see freshman quarterback number 17, Tyler Adkins. So we'll see if Coach Whitson lets him use the arm a little bit. Corrals it. Little stutter step there, and Bolton, nice little run, gets out. 8-yard run there for Bolton. Riddick trying to find room on the right side. Cuts back in and gets a nice first down run. So Rick Bolton with some nice runs here toward the end of the game, the sophomore. So the last regular season game next week at Plainfield. So if you're unable to make the trip to Hendricks County, tune in live as we get another nice run by Bolton out to the 20-yard line. Artesians' final regular season game against the Plainfield Quakers. So, like I said, if you can't make it to Hendricks County, tune in live on the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. We'll have that for you live, and then next game will be the important one. We'll draw a play. Bolton gets another 5 yards. Sectionals 2 weeks from tonight. Artesians will not get, I believe there's no bye in the sectional the Artesians are in because of the number of teams that are in it. So unlike some years past where Martinsville has had that first round of sectionals off, I don't believe that will happen in this sectional. Bolton cuts back inside, makes one man miss, but cannot avoid the other two Mooresville Pioneers who come crashing down. See if Coach Whitson lets the freshman Tyler Atkins throw one toward the end zone here and get a touchdown pass as a varsity player. See if Whitson gives him a green light to do that. Or if he just kind of lets Bolton give him another carry and run this clock out. .11 seconds on the play clock, 40 on the game clock, and this could be the last play of the game. Atkins takes the snap. He is going to get a chance to throw it, makes a connection, and it's going to be a first down caught by Caden Townsend, the sophomore. So Tyler Atkins connects to Caden Townsend. Let's see if Coach Whitson gives him a chance to put it in the end zone here. 22 seconds left. Atkins gets the snap, it's a low snap, hands it off to Bolton, and Bolton scores. Riddick Bolton with a touchdown. So Riddick Bolton, the sophomore, gets his first touchdown as a varsity football player. So not the result you want, but Bolton will enjoy the moment. Atkins hands it off, and Riddick Bolton just walks right in there. So Riddick Bolton with the 2-point conversion. So good end of the night for Riddick Bolton. Has some nice carries, gets a touchdown. Maybe the Artesians have something in Riddick Bolton. Maybe he'll be utilized here toward the end of the season here and into sectionals. So Artesians only, they had Weston Pemberton and Will Nix as their backup quarterbacks, or the backup running backs, I should say, but both those players injured. So really it's been Tyler Cox as the only running back for the Artesians. Maybe Riddick Bolton will get a few carries in the next couple weeks. We will see. Sophomore, nice way to end it tonight. 15 seconds left, so we'll probably see a kickoff, and then if Mooresville will probably just take a knee, and this game will end with a score of 46-22. I'd like to thank our camera crew for working. These are tough conditions to work in. It's cold, it's wet, it's damp, and we had two cameras. We did not have a field camera tonight, just too wet. So we had two camera operators upstairs above us, outside in the elements. So we appreciate all their efforts, their great work, great crew here to work with. Bringing you live football action as Artesian's going to give this a squib kick. It'll scoot across and be picked up around the 17-yard line. Little run and jump, and a flag that's thrown. Official threw that flag about a mile. He really reared back and threw that. There's going to be a block in the back on Mooresville. That side official really chucked that flag. So I'm guessing Coach Gillen just give Mooresville a knee here, and that will officially do it here at Siderwitz Field for the final regular season home game. We could have a home game here for sectionals, but don't know. We will find out. If you're interested to see who Martinsville will play, the Indiana High School Athletic Association website will broadcast that Sunday evening, I believe around 6 o'clock. So you Martinsville fans will know the sectional opponent for Martinsville. That's this Sunday. Next Friday is the final regular season game at Plainfield. We will have that game for you. Then 2 weeks from tonight, after that Plainfield game, we will have the sectional first round game for the Martinsville Artesians. Unfortunately for Martinsville, the Mooresville Pioneers win this game and they keep the M Trophy. Final score 46-22 for Eric Meyer, who kind of helped produce and direct this broadcast. I'm Eric Burns. Good night, everybody.